breaking news in exactly this story. Sources have told CNN News 18 that the observers, the two people we told you about, Maken and Kharge, they met Sachin Pilot yesterday for 2 hours. My colleague Pallavi Ghosh, our senior editor, remains with us to bring us a lot more in terms of details. Pallavi, just a few minutes ago, I remember we were talking about what could possibly be going on in Sachin Pilot's camp. Now we have these details. Tell us more.
Yes, so this was almost a 2-hour-long meeting which took place between the observers and Sachin Pilot, even as those scenes were being played out in Jaipur. Essentially, the point which was conveyed, what we are being told by Sachin Pilot also to the observers, was that this was a call which should be taken also by the central leadership. The muscle flexing by certain MLAs by saying that, Ashok Gehlot should carry on in both the posts is unacceptable, a violation of the Udaipur resolution as well. And in fact, what we are also told is that Sachin Pilot conveyed that he too has the support of several MLAs. After all, as a PCC chief, he had built the party for 4.5 years, and therefore the party had come back to power, so the credit must also be given to him. And it was a long-promised assurance which was made to Sachin Pilot, which really needs to be fulfilled at this point of time. We are seeing a kind of an impasse, really, Toya, with both the observers coming back. They are going to give their feedback and report to Sonia Gandhi. I suspect that from here on till 19th, there could be a kind of a stop on what happens in Rajasthan. It's going to be fast-paced developments, really, because today the Navratras begin. And from today till the 30th, which is the last day of filing of nomination, we'll have to wait to see who are the ones who are going to now file their nomination. Will Ashok Gehlot now come here to file his nomination? If he does, will he be able to get the numbers? Because I'm sure the observers are also going to point out that what has happened over there could not have happened without the tacit nod of Ashok Gehlot. And is there a possibility that there could be other candidates also now who are going to be filing their nomination papers?
Okay. And Pallavi, I do want to ask you, because obviously this has given us some understanding of what possibly could be going on in the Pilot camp. I want to return to that big question that we've asked you a few times today. How does all of this activity affect Gehlot's chances to party president?
See, technically speaking, nothing stops him from filing the nomination. I mean, we've been reporting this earlier also, that Sonia Gandhi has conveyed to all the top Congress leaders that she's going to remain neutral. She has she doesn't have any favorites. She doesn't approve or disapprove of anyone, and therefore no one should be seen as an official candidate of the Congress party. But I think what was emerging as largely a fight between Gehlot and Tharoor may actually now throw up many more names. It can now be a multi-pronged fight as well. And that is something which is needed to watch out for. There are going to be 9,000 delegates, really, who are going to be casting their vote to decide the party president. There's going to be the CWC members also, who are interestingly going to be appointed by Sonia Gandhi first, and they are also going to play an important role as far as the election of a new president is concerned. Is there going to be a silent messaging which is going to now go across that can we trust one person as a Congress president who also could not ensure unity in the ranks at the state level before he shifted to Delhi? If that's the narrative which the party can start building up and will build up, then I think the chances for Ashok Gehlot becomes dim. But I think all eyes really on Ashok Gehlot if and when he comes to the capital, when he enters the election office and files in his nomination papers, if he does so.
Okay, all right. Pallavi, thank you for those details. For our audiences, I want to, on the wall behind me now, show you what both of the camps have to say. On one side, on the left side, Ashok Gehlot, Chief Minister of the state, those in his camp saying that you just can't have Pilot as the Rajasthan Chief Minister. Pilot's camp, obviously, remember, Pilot is the second largest leader in the state. Therefore, they argue he is the natural claimant for this position. And in the past, when Rajasthan did have its last elections, it was largely expected that it was Pilot who would step into the Chief Minister's role. Gehlot's camp making an accusation they've made before that Pilot works for the BJP, to which you have Pilot who's saying, as you can see over here, that he was promised the chief ministerial post by the Gandhis and that this is a promise that's been made to him time and time again. Now, one more claim from the Gehlot camp, that there is this desire that Gehlot continue as the chief minister because no other leader has the reach he does. Remember, this is particularly important because Rajasthan is a state that is poll bound. So the Congress can't, or can it, afford to play with the state politics? That is the question. And then on the right side, of course, high time for Pilot to get his due. That remains part of the sentiment. All right, let's go over now to my colleague who is with us on the ground, Akash. Akash is with us live right now from Jaipur to bring us more details. Akash, one of the big questions that remains, if not Gehlot, then who? We know that the Gehlot camp would rather that it be someone from within the camp, that it should not be Pilot. Who are the other big names then within the Gehlot camp that everyone is being able to come behind?
Right. So, Toya, I'll come to that. But first of all, let me tell you that I am standing at this particular chalk, and behind me is the power corridor of Jaipur. We have a CM's house and also the governor's house at this particular road. And adjacent to it we have, Pratap Singh Khajariawa's house. Also, talking about the developments that happened yesterday, we know that how, things unfolded yesterday while we saw that MLAs who were supporters of Gehlot came out in public and said we are ready to resign because we were not a part of the consultation process, and High Command is somewhere imposing a particular decision on us. Yesterday we had a meeting scheduled, a CPL meeting scheduled, but it did not happen. And at the very same time, we saw that how Sachin Pilot was very much at this particular residence, but this meeting did not happen. Now we are learning that observers Ajay, Maken and Mallikarjun Kharge would be leaving in some time from now, and that's the reason why we are expecting that Ashok Gehlot would be moving from this particular road to meet these two leaders. And also, talking about the names, so CP Joshi's name was very much, in the trends till yesterday. But as of now, things have changed. And as Pallavi was mentioning, that now central leadership is not very happy with whatever has happened, because there is a buzz that whatever has happened is happening because of the instructions of Ashok Gehlot, and these MLAs are somewhere acting on the instructions of Ashok Gehlot. At this point in time, the latest development is that central observers who are here to decide the name of next Chief Minister are going back to Delhi, and after 2 p.m. we can expect some sort of development in the national capital. But whatever is happening in Rajasthan is somewhere giving a clear message that as of now, all those things that were, considered to be at the right place in Congress are not at right place. And also on one hand, we have this Bharat Jodo Yatra going on. On the other hand, we have these developments where, maximum of MLAs here in Rajasthan are offering their resignation just because they are not very happy with whatever has been decided or whatever was being expected here in this particular area in Jaipur.